my loves. Welcome in to this reading for the full moon in Gemini. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to be diving into the astrological cycle of the full moon, how it relates to your own astrology, and then we're going to be tapping into our own intuitive guidance, our support team, by utilizing the spiritual tools of the cards to get us advice based on the current astrology and our own astrology. For those who are new, hello and welcome in. It is lovely to have you here. Welcome into this beautiful family, this beautiful process. I'm excited to have you be a part of it. I have a tutorial video that helps you to get the most out of these readings. It gives you a little bit more information about what we're doing here and really how to process through these readings and get the most out of them. It's not necessary for you to watch them, but it is an option should you feel called to utilize it. For those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. Thank you so much for being here. This is a way that my heart loves to connect with you guys. This is like me showing up on a one-on-one basis, even though it's electronic and even though there's a time difference between us. I feel connected to you guys through this guidance, through this advice that I share, and it's just really amazing to be able to offer you this support in this way that I do, and I appreciate you so much for being here. There are many ways that you can support me should you feel called to do that. I am offering these readings for free, so any support that you can give me is welcome. There's free ways to support me and there's financial ways. You can just comment on these. You can share them with other people. You can donate if you want to at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. Link is in the description. Or you can sign up for your own personal chart reading or card reading at devotedandvulnerable.com/services. Link is also in the description. Before we get started and talking about the full moon energy and Gemini energy and what this reading is going to be about, I want to remind you that at any point you can utilize the navigation bar to scroll through information that you're already familiar with. I take time to do timestamps on all of these videos so that you can navigate them based on your own level of understanding that you already have. If you're new, you're probably going to want to sit through and watch it all. But if you're not new, if you're familiar with the energies, the archetypes that I'm going to be talking about, you can feel free to scroll ahead to the readings and get right to the meat of the material. So we're going to be talking about full moon energy right now. Full moon energy is when the moon is full in the sky. It's always in the sign opposite of where the sun is. So we have a full moon in Gemini right now. The full moon will happen on December 7th. It'll happen at 23:07 Eastern Time. And it's happening in 16 degrees 2 minutes of Gemini. So the advice that we're going to be talking about for this full moon will last from this full moon until the next full moon, which will be from December 7th until January 6th. Full moons are always a time of celebration. It's celebrating a theme. It's like the full focal point and spotlight on something, and it's always a celebration underneath the sign that it is occurring in. So now let's talk about what Gemini energy is. Gemini is an air sign. So air signs rule and represent the mental and intellectual realm. So thoughts and beliefs and the mental processes of our beings are all contained within the realm of air. Now, Gemini is a mutable sign. Mutable signs are signs that happen during the change of a season. So they are the energy of change, the energy of adaptation, the energy of being not one thing, but also not another. Gemini occurs during the time when we transition from spring into summer. So this is the energy that we are in. We're celebrating a fullness of this Gemini energy, a fullness of this changing intellect that we have. Gemini is represented by the symbol of the twins. So the twins are this energy, like I said, of the mutable energy, of something being the same but different, which twins represent. It's also the energy of the mirror. What we see in the mirror reflected back to us gives us information about ourselves. So this is the intellectual quality of Gemini. Geminis are witty, they're clever, they're intelligent, adaptable, and they're energetic. This is a sign that's constantly having ideas. And as we celebrate this full moon, celebrate the energy of Gemini, we're going to be going to the cards to celebrate what our intellect has achieved this year. So that is going to be the focus of the card readings. We're going to be going to the Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein, which is going to offer us an affirmation to help us support this and celebrate this amazing intellectual ability that we have. We all have different ways of expressing our intellect, and the Gemini moon really wanted us to focus on celebrating our minds, celebrating the intellectual realm, and really making it personal to us. So how you personalize this information is you watch the reading that is aligned for where 16 degrees, 2 minutes of Gemini shows up in your chart. Which house? Now, if you don't know how to find that information, that's absolutely fine. Just take the time to watch this tutorial video that's popping up right now. It is going to take you through how to enter in your birth data into a chart generator, and then how to read the chart enough to know where Gemini 16 degrees 2 minutes occurs in your chart, which house it occurs in. Now you can use any house system that you want to. I explained a little bit in the tutorial video. I use the whole house system, but there's also the default system, which is known as the Placidus system, and the equal house system, which starts the first house at the ascending point. Now, again, you don't have to know any of that. You just go with whatever you're called to. Your guides, your support team know which house system you're going to choose, and they're going to show up for you in whichever reading aligns with that house, okay? If you have questions after watching that video about which reading is the right video for you, please contact me and let me know. And let's dive into what information is coming through for us to celebrate about our intellect this lunar phase. So this reading is for you if 16 degrees, 2 minutes of Gemini shows up in your 10th house. If you're already familiar with the 10th house energy, you can scroll ahead to the card reading. So the houses in our zodiac story represent where something is happening. The themes of this where are dictated by the rulers of the house. So the 10th sign of the zodiac is Capricorn. The ruler of the 10th house is Capricorn. The ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, and so Saturn is also the ruler of the 10th house. So Saturn and Capricorn dictate the themes of the 10th house. The 10th house theme is ambition. This is the area of our life that's affected by everything going on in the 10th house. This full moon in Gemini is occurring in your 10th house, so this is the area of your life that's getting a little ping right now. This area of your life represents reputation, society, power, career, and influence. So as we're celebrating our intelligence with this full moon in Gemini, we're going to be celebrating our intelligence as it relates to this area of your life, which is ambition. And we're going to be getting a powerful affirmation from the Super Attractor deck to really focus our celebration in this area of our lives. So if you haven't already called in your spiritual support team, taken a few deep breaths, and opened your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, please do that. Remember, you can pause the video to take more time to do that if you need to. All right, 10th housers, let's see. What is your affirmation? There you are. You fell right down. Affirmation is, when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. Powerful affirmation here. I do recommend writing this down and repeating it in the morning and at night until the phase is over, so until January 6th. Wow, this is such a big message. When I surrender my will to the care of spirit, and spirit here can mean your support team, and the universe, again, your support team, you're attuning your energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. Okay. Now, new moon energies represent newness, something you've never experienced before, whereas full moons represent a celebration of something that you've already experienced, something already in play. So, as we are looking at this card and reading about this surrendering of our will to the care of our support team and feeling an attuning of our energy with an ever present stream of well being, this is something that you have experienced at least once before in your life. This is something that you're being invited to celebrate. We're celebrating our ability to intellectually focus on this surrender, the surrender of our will into the care of spirit. You're not just surrendering it to whoever wants it, right? But you're surrendering it into the care of those unconditionally loving energies that are around you. And as you do, you feel the unconditionally loving energies in your field in the present moment. And that helps support and guide you. So you're being invited to celebrate this presence of this ever present stream of well being as you surrender your own will, your own thoughts about what should be, right? Because again, our intellect is our minds, our thinking brains. As we kind of let go of what we think things should be to the care of our loving, unconditionally supportive team that's there to help guide us in life, we can feel the well-being fill our bodies. And this is something that has happened to you before, and especially in relationship to your ambition, to your career, to your influence. This is something that you have allowed yourself to do before, and you're being encouraged to recognize it and celebrate it. Again, specifically when it comes to your career, and or just the things that you've been wanting to achieve. The Capricorn energy is like taking one step after another to really climb unclimbable heights, to really achieve the impossible one step at a time. So anytime that you've gone after something one step at a time to achieve something, but you've surrendered your will to do it, and let's still use the example of a goat climbing a mountain, right? So surrendering your will to the care of spirit would be like, you think you should put your foot in this foothold next, right? But there's something you're like, you let go of like, I think I'm right about putting my foot there, and you just like, show me the right place to put my foot. And then all of a sudden, like, a bird flies and lands in a foothold away from that other one, and you're like, oh, spirit is guiding me to put my foot here, it's going to be more aligned. And you kind of like follow this bird guiding you up the mountain instead of following your own like thoughts about what you think will get you up there faster. That's kind of the energy that we're talking about. I hope that analogy made sense to you guys. It was kind of a weird one, but that's the visualization that I'm getting here, is like, as you let the universe, the care of spirit, guide your ambitions, guide you through your ambitions in your career, you will feel this ever present stream of well being. You will feel this ever present support really guiding you and helping you to climb this mountain, to achieve whatever it is that you are wanting to achieve in career or just in general in your life. Wow. That's really all I have to share with this, my beautiful 10th housers. Thank you so much for being here. Happy full moon in Gemini. And let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.